He's being true. Shall I carry on?
With nicotine.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we have lost the plot. Well,
Afternoon.
afternoon.
Afternoon, eh?
Aren't you a bunch of little musos?
Aren't they just?
Jesus, what the hell did I start? I've got to say, guys, some cracking tunes on there.
You're not kidding. It'd be some awesome tunes.
Apart from Flat Cap.
Why? What did Flat Cap put up?
Smurfs.
Not wrong with Smurfs.
There goddamn is.
I want to be a Smurf.
Don't.
Na 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 na.
For those that don't know, there's a little story to I Want to Be a Smurf. Because I was driving around trying to find a parking spot in Expo, and I was getting more and more riled. And I was seriously starting to lose it. And all of a sudden, from my left-hand side, this little voice suddenly comes out with, I want to be a Smurf. You try staying angry at that. It just doesn't happen. But anyway, welcome to Tales from the Ohm, episode 44. Let there be rock. And a little chill. So I hope you're all feeling fabulous and fruity.
Fabulous and fruity, like it.
Oh, I say. So we'll go through and say some hellos. So Hephaestus, good morning, sir. You've been with us for quite a while.
Yeah.
Bill Richards, how you doing, mate? We've got Net Reality. We have Jenny. Good afternoon.
Huggles.
Yes. Huggles. Huggles to you. Huggles to Amber. Huggles to everybody.
They're not over there. They're there. No, camera. Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
I'm looking
and
at the camera.
Huggles.
No. I was going for the left boob. All right. Stuart Ayrton. Good afternoon, sir. Timmy. How you doing, mate? J. Jerry. Reno. Never knew. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Ben. Good evening for you, I believe. Steve. Black Country Vapor, thank you so much for that question. We will be doing that question later on.
We certainly will.
Pixie! Hello.
Hello, Pixie.
Not very often a morning, boys, said like that brings a smile to my face, but you've managed it this morning, love. Right. Des Turner. Good afternoon. Oh, bless, we got Huggles back. Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Well, we're not out of panic buying. I'll tell you why, mate, because I've already run over several OAPs with my trolley that was loaded up with pasta and bog roll. And I am kidding. I cannot believe some of the sights I've seen
And I
this
actually
week.
think the nappies are for you.
The nappies, no, tenner for me.
Tenner?
Tenner, yeah. Well, that way you don't have to wipe.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
And it all turns to gel.
Exactly. None of this mucking about. I'm all for an easy life. That and then I'm just wondering whether share prices in ISIL have gone up because no bugger buys that. taking kids to the garden, old school. Blimey, I ain't done that in ages.
Des Turner, fist bump. Tetley,
Tetley!
hey up there, lad.
Timmy says, sod the grocery shopping, went to the tattooist instead.
Yeah.
Can't fault that. Do you mean that turned disturbing Hephaestus? Nothing wrong with gel. There must be a direct correlation between intellect and the number of bog rolls people are buying. To be honest, if you need 114 bog rolls for a 14-day isolation, you should have seen the doctor way before this shit started.
Yeah, definitely. It's getting a bit silly though, isn't it, really?
Oh, man. I went into... There's roadworks in Retford now, yeah? So getting into Asda was a case of gridlock. I was sat there for half an hour. Pasty, how you doing? So I was not happy bunny in the first place, yeah? Got into the shop. It wasn't bad. Then you got to, like, the pasta aisle, nothing. You got to the bog roll, nothing. Kitchen roll, nothing. The only thing that was left was the man-sized tissues. And I'm amazed they hadn't gone.
Someone put it in, the local village chat. Someone put in a kind of a good idea, actually. Between the hours of 9 and 10 in the morning, OAPs only.
Yeah, I think that's a cracking idea because for the situation, for people that don't know our sort of location situation, we are quite rural. And a lot of the pensioners around us don't have cars and tend to go shopping on one particular day, go in on the bus, get what they need and come back. Yeah? If they can't get what they need on that one trip, a lot of them will go without. Yeah? So all these arseholes jumping into a BMW or a Jag or whatever with armfuls of toilet roll and pasta, to be honest, I hope you choke on it.
Yeah.
Because, this seems to have brought out that I'm all right, Jack, in a lot of people.
It has, hasn't it? It really has. The panic buying full stop, it just proves it.
There's no need to panic yet. It's going to get worse. It will get worse. But the people that tend to be suffering most are the elderly and those with underlying conditions. And before anybody says it, yes, that includes me.
Oh,
dear God.
Dear.
So, what's been happening with you the last couple of days then?
Not a lot. Besides work, been at work and more work. That's it. Nothing exciting here. Nothing to see. I finished off watching last night the last 2 episodes of Discovery.
Good stuff.
And I thought they brought that to... I know there's going to be another season. Well, actually, there's talks about a 4th season now as well. But for a person that sort of like went in to watch Discovery as it is, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I love how they ended season 2 as well, because there could be no more, and if there was no more, it's tied it up quite neatly. So I enjoyed that. Haven't watched latest Picard. I'm going to watch that tonight. But I also was reading that there's going to be in talks of a Discovery movie.
Yes, I saw that. They're also talking about a Christopher Pike spin-off.
Yeah. Well, the Discovery movie, they're trying to get it so, the new Star Trek, the original, the new films with the new actors, they're trying to get it so that it's in conjunction with that timeline.
Cool.
Which I thought would be quite interesting. So, yeah, thoroughly enjoying it.
Well, here we go. Hip Hop's just put, we stocked on Falcon coils and free mats. Deliveries from China coming in as normal. You appear to be the only one, mate.
What's that?
The coils coming in as normal, because I was talking to the guys in It's Not Smoke. They're still having problems.
We're all right.
You're all right.
Yeah, there is a couple of manufacturers that certain range of their coils for argument's sake, like the Falcons, certain range of them, you can get certain coils, but other coils you can't get. But in general, yeah, we can get older coils, not a problem.
Oh, bless. Right, we've got 2 people we need to give medicinal huggles to. So Jenny's her asthma, chest and fibro are really kicked off, so she's curled up in a ball in bed watching.
Oh,
And,
huggles.
and Jackie's not well either, so
Extra
medicated
huggles. No, you need to go to the camera. You're going over there.
I am going to.
You're huggling over here.
I am going to the camera.
Yeah, camera.
There, camera is there.
Go over there.
Jesus Christ.
I'm allowed to tell you off.
Right, while we're mentioning It's Not Smoke, there will be a written review coming up for Cherry Fizz,
Awesome.
the new short film from Riot Squad,
Awesome.
which is based on the Nick Salt, obviously, because that's where it's kicked off. And if you're not aware, the Anarchy range is coming to Nick Salt as of next week.
Is it?
Yes, so that's the sweet peach tea. God almighty, what else have we got in there? 2 secs, let me just Google for us. It's the one thing I forgot to do. Anarchy range, Riot Squad. I can vouch for the sweet peach tea. I have vaped that for about a week, and it's a crazy flavour, because you get the peach, but then you get the acidicness and astringency of the tea, and it really cleans your palate. It's absolutely delightful. Right, here we go. All right, Squad E-liquids. Let's have a looky poo.
Can also use a special home service discount code. Spray my ohms, but hurry while stocks last.
That's for Timmy's mobile B-Day service. Good lads. Can't fault him.
Well, Cherry Fizzle's nice anyway, but I've not tried it in the short fills.
No, I was a good reviewer. I went out and purchased a bottle of the salts to compare it, just to make sure that there's no differences. And I am really... Oh, come on. When they said everything, they meant everything.
They said everything, but they meant everything.
Right, so there's the Riot Squad Black Edition Ultra Peach Tea, which is gorgeous. That is fabulous. You've also got the Pure Frozen Acai, which is berries. It's like a mixed berry. There's oh, for God's sake, Steve, come on, get your head out of your arse.
Tetley's turned around and said he bought a B-Day last year. He was mocked. Not so bad an idea now, was it?
Right, here we go. So you've got the Frozen Acai, you've got the Signature Orange, which is a candied orange. The Rich Black Grape, which is grape with a hint of mint rather than Coolada. I wasn't a big fan, but that's my...
I'm not keen on mint or Coolada anyway.
But anyway, they're coming out in Nick Salts as of next week. So
Nice.
Have a look at your local B&M if they stock Riot Squad, and have a look, because they are not run-of-the-mill flavours. They really do have a little something extra.
Well, they're the black ones, aren't they?
Yes, they're the Black Edition, the Anarchy range.
I was talking to a lad, ironically, yesterday, and he was vaping on one, Cactus. And he also had another one with aloe vera in it.
Is that the Coronation Street flavour?
Sorry, I ain't got a clue about Coronation Street, so...
No, it's cool. Jack and Vera. No problem.
Jack and
Matt
Vera.
Chandler, good afternoon. And Daryl, sorry mate, you slipped in there. I missed your entry. Apparently the right squad cherry is just gorgeous. I've just tried the Irish. How you doing? I tried the salts for the cherry fizz, and I'll tell you what it reminds me of: a cherry refresher. Remember the refresher sweets?
Oh yeah,
Reminds me of that.
I like cherry refresh.
Duckworth Delight. She's dead. Yeah, it's not going to taste that good, Daryl. They sound like Aisu flavors.
Aisu. Is it Haisu?
But cactus is normally used to accentuate flavors, isn't it? You normally add just a touch of cactus to. But anyway,
But I was thinking, if he's got a sore throat and he's having aloe vera,
he could be hiding his symptoms.
yeah. But you think about it, aloe vera is really good for burns and things like that, though, isn't it?
True.
So if you've got a sore throat or out like that, it might actually soothe you out. Then we got talking about vaping cough medicine.
Oh, there we go. Jenny says ASU have a cactus and aloe vera in their range. They stock them, which is over at the Steamworks.
There
in
you
Liverpool.
go.
Yes. Aloe vera is really nice with cooling and juice. Aloe's very grapey, apparently.
All right.
I'm not a big grape fan. In fact, I tried again, I was over it. It's not smoke, and Ben had left his billet box. So Dale said, "Here, have a taste of this," and it was allegedly a grape flavour. Yeah? Oh my god!
Wasn't that grape?
Imagine the cheapest, nastiest grape soda you could imagine that has way too much artificial sweetener in. And that's what this tasted like. I mean, the flavour off the billet box was mind-blowing. Would I pay 500 quid for one? No.
Yeah, but you can get I've got to admit, talking about billet boxes, I'm still tempted to get the SX one. Nature Vapor got them in for about 80 quid for the full kit.
Really? Now that's a price I could go for.
Yeah, it's 80 quid, and plus you get all the bridges as well.
That's awesome. Matt's just put Bill just put buttercup syrup. Now there's a vape.
Do you know some of the thing is though, I like the taste of buttercup syrup.
Can't fault it.
Yeah.
And Matt's just put, I like me custards. This time of year, I love a good custard. I tend to go more onto like the Homeboy Botanicals during the summer. The lighter, fruitier vape. But this time of year, I do love a good custard.
Yeah, that's it, Matt. SXK V4. Comes with all the kits.
Nice one. Right, another little bit of news before we get into the vaping news. There won't be a show next week, unfortunately.
I'm working.
Mark's working. I've got some real life problems that I need to get sorted. So next Sunday's show is not going ahead. Thursday, however, for the home service. Oh,
wow.
God.
Oh, wow.
That's on. I might be sat at Mark's, but...
Oh, it's on. Don't you worry
on.
about that. It's on.
Like Donkey Kong.
Like Donkey Kong. Yeah. Also,
Jenny.
another little bit of news as well. The Vapor Expo in France, in Nice, will not be going ahead either.
Yes, another victim of the virus. Matt says, working? You should be ashamed.
I know. What can I
Johnny
say?
Drip showed his billet box with his upgrades on Heavy Metal Vapor Show. It's nearly $1,000. I can believe it, Steve. I love the... Don't get me wrong. I think the billet box is probably one of the most iconic vaping devices there is. You know, something doesn't last that long without it working pretty much perfectly. Yeah? I mean, at least some of the bridges have been a bit dodgy over the years, but yeah. Yes, 901.
Sorry, I've got to work. It's just one of them things in life, you know what I mean? Got to work.
And even if Mark wasn't working, what I've got to sort out can't.
Also,
be
it's
put
Mother's
off,
Day here in the UK.
It is.
So...
It's Mother's Day.
But yeah, I've got to work. Sorry. Just one of them things. It's not Sunday. Often a Sunday I do work, but this one I do.
Yeah, Mother's Day, never a good day because we're all out raiding the local cemetery for flowers and things like that, you know. Well,
Grumpy's just turned around and said it's 33 Celsius there.
Oh, I wish I could do with some of that.
Yeah, but where he is, it's normally humid as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'm amazed. I said one thing about Kurt Cobain on Thursday and got, that's a bit dark. I mentioned nicking flowers from the cemetery. Nobody says a thing. Dear Lord, we know where the priorities lie here.
Hello, Gail. Buggles.
Oh, BFG, real life comes first, bud. Matt, this one's got to, mate. I will explain more later, but things are a bit chaotic at the minute. Right, here we go. So, it's 2:20.
Already? Don't know that shot around.
Darling. Yes. So, do you want to do your quick buffet? Because you've got some angry coils in this harvest.
I'm on the... I'm on them.
Oh, the AK-82s.
Yeah. I'm on that on me Kennedy and me Goon.
Yeah.
That's very noisy for some reason. Don't know why. I'm also on me Zeus X. I've just put some new coils in there on the clutch. Oh, I just love this clutch. Last night was the first time that I started noticing it wasn't hitting as hard as it was when I first got it. So took it all apart and cleaned it. Do you know something? This is an absolute joy to clean. It is so simple, honestly. I'll just take that bit off there. You might be able to see it. Can you see it? No, you're not gonna. Hang on. Oh, that light's stopped working. Great. That's it. Anyway, you've got two screws at the top there where your 510 is. You undo them two screws and the whole lot comes apart. You've got a plate underneath that you just give a wipe down and a little bit of a rub on it to clean all the arcing off it. You've got your silver contact at the side there. You just take that off. It is so simple to maintain. Absolutely brilliant. So I was thinking I've got to do a review of this yet. So what I'm thinking about doing, instead of just doing the normal standard showing you the up and close here, I thought about actually stripping it down on the actual up and closey section. So I just wondered what you guys thought, if you'd like to see that.
I would.
Because honestly, this is for a basic mech mod. If you wanted to get into mech mods, I can't highly recommend this, because it's absolutely. I can highly recommend this, should I say? Because it is so simple to maintain and look after. Brilliant.
Well, I think that's why you need to do that in the review, because, you know, quite often if you're getting a new mech device...
Pasty, behave yourself.
Oh, Pasty.
No.
Pasty's feeling fabulous and fruity.
He is.
No, Daryl, I agree completely, because quite a lot of people, when they first get into mechs, the whole maintenance side of it
is
can be a bit daunting. In slow motion with some sexy music sounds like a plan.
Yeah, Matt, pretty much. I am saying it is. I'll be honest with you, and I'll be saying this in the review. I've only got one single gripe about it, and it's just one, and that is that there's a little gap just at the top. The 510 doesn't go all the way down. There's a little bit of raise, and I can see through it between obviously me RDA and me tank and me the mod. You can just see straight through it, and that just a little bit annoys me. That's the only thing I've got to gripe at.
Your OCD is legendary.
Oh yeah, I'm terrible. It's same like with my hex. I've done that to it. So I've got a 22. I've got the drop SQ on there, and I've obviously got a beauty ring just to hide that bit where you can see through it. Honestly, it just winds me up. Why can't they have it flat?
Gailey, wait until I've been to the gym, then we'll do it.
Timmy.
I like that.
Slows down. Get on. I could do that. I ain't got a 6-pack, but I've got a keg.
Bloody hell, that means I've got a ton.
Fist bump to Chris Doyle. Hope you're all right, buddy.
Oh, Chris, how you doing? Sheboygan. I nearly said Mick, but it's not Mick, is it? All right. Sheboygan loves Bill Richards. Everybody should love Bill. I do myself, bless him. And Matt, bless.
So what you got on your vapey thing then?
Right, the vapey thing. I pulled the Da Vinci out again. And currently got the Riot Squad. Oh God, this is the Sublime. I'll tell you what, if you're after something to just make a change,
Oh, you can't beat a bit of
nice.
Sublime.
Absolutely
Sublime's gorgeous.
lovely. Back on the camera, Berry Compote from the Sweets range. Only because they'd sold out of the foam banana. The banana was gorgeous.
I wanted to try that banana and all.
Well, I went in to see if I could get another bottle, but they've sold out. Apparently, they're not going to be stocking it from now on, so I'm making the most of what they've got.
Oh, that's a shame.
And that's on the Aegis X with Can We See the Paint?
Do you know what I'd be tempted to do with that?
Wire Wallet.
No, don't need wire wool. Bring it round to our house. I've got some, it's basically like a paint stripper. It'll take all that off. I've done it with loads of RDAs. You know, when I used to buy clones back in the day.
Are you offering to strip it down to the bare?
I'm trying to think what it's, I can't think what the name of it's called. Anyway, you paint it on and it'll just take the paint off. Does a real good job.
Excellent stuff. To be honest, I'm not one of these that are bothered. If it looks battered and war wounded, that's normally because it is. So what we got? Oh, proper coils. Good afternoon.
Fist bump.
They keep pushing him. Festus back in the dungeon. I'm not going to say a thing. Just put the lotion in the basket and shut up.
Yeah, and now I'm opening a strip club.
And Grumpy says, "Get It On must be played on a stretched tape." Let's get it on.
Slowly coming
You can't beat a bit of Barry, though. What can I say? Oh, Gailey.
Gailey.
That's the best offer I've had all year. Can't you tell I'm a geek? Because anybody else would have been the other way around.
Chris Doyle, yeah. I hope they sorted you out. I know there was a little problem, but hopefully we've got it sorted for you.
Irish, I'm with you on that, mate. If I could have stayed in bed today, I would have.
Yeah, me too.
It's too damn blah. I have made the guys at Retford Tips day because I've been chucking towers away. So 2 Dells went, 2 Apple G4s went. Yeah, they were. You could see their little eyes light up when they went in the skip. Bill Richards says he has a straight jacket with studs on the inside.
Okay.
Whatever floats your boat, darling. Mick!
Mick!
Just
Hey,
remember,
yo.
folks, if you're in the Gainsborough area and you need fast, reliable travel, contact Mick.
Mick's Taxis.
Like a butcher's slab.
I do believe someone got a purge and a noisy cricket the other day.
Oh.
Just saying.
Not a bad combination.
Yeah, I know. I know you've already got one worse.
How do you fit more than one guy in a straitjacket, Bill?
Oh.
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 Meow. Saucer of cream, table 2. Saucer of cream, table 2. Oh, apologies if anybody heard the bing then. I should have... There we are.
Bing? Was there a bing? I didn't hear a bing.
I binged. I should have put my phone on silent.
Did you bing?
I do apologise. Right.
Chris, I'm glad the things got sorted out. Trust me, your order that you originally... I spent about 3 hours searching high and low for that. Just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, Irish. It might be a little bit salty, but shut up. Right. So, what we got in the vaping news?
Just time.
On March the 8th, as the American coronavirus story took over the American screens and front pages, New York Mayor Bill de Blasio took stage to speak to city residents about the virus and the disease it causes, called COVID-19, as we know. So he went through who was especially at risk and gave quite a scary list, actually. Lung disease, heart disease, cancer, compromised immune systems or diabetes. Those conditions, he said, place people infected with coronavirus in danger of a very bad medical outcome. People with those conditions tend to be having a very bad medical outcome. What he did say, more interestingly, is we do know that smoking and vaping make it easier for the disease to have a more negative impact on a person's body. It's not the same as a pre-existing condition, but it is an important factor in the equation as well. I have one thing to say to that. Can I see the proof?
Smoking maybe, but I would
Vaping.
slightly disagree on the vaping side.
Yeah, especially with the discussions about the effects of PG. Bill's just put New York Mayor as a moron. Yeah, that's
well, this is true, yeah.
So some politicians have claimed it does, but there is zero evidence to say how e-cigarette use affects coronavirus infectivity and disease progression. So governments and public health authorities are scrambling to mount an effective response. But a few politicians have seen fit. This New York City mayor, as we talked about. And apparently he also said, if you are a smoker or vapor, this is a very good time to stop the habit. We will help you. Really? And that would be with pharmaceutical products, would it?
More than likely.
Yeah.
I've got a plethora here.
No, indeed. So the Italian government have been given a similar, sort of stay-at-home advice, etc. The country's in lockdown. And Riccardo Pelosa, professor of internal medicine at the University of Catania.
Catania?
Catania. Catania, Catania, I believe. Founder of the Centre of Excellence for the Acceleration of Harm Reduction, spoke out about the situation, saying, I don't agree with the government solution. Millions of smokers are forced to stay at home with their beloved ones, exposing them to secondhand smoke. I'm more concerned about the coronavirus, I would have thought. You know what I mean? And how are they going to worry about that? If they can't go down the shops and pick up 20 fags, they ain't going to be smoking, are they? But
crazy.
never mind.
Those crazy Americans.
Well, the Italians as well. The Ashtray blog. We do.
Oh, James is
mention,
normally pretty good.
Yeah, we normally mention something from James. And apparently, how anti-vaping ads market vaping to teens.
Well, they do.
A very interesting article. So he says he has a teenage daughter, yeah, and he hears all sorts of stories about their antics, which is smoking in the schoolyard, drinking alcohol, drugs on the school bus. But crucially, they are not doing those things because they think they are safe. They are doing these things because they are forbidden, unhealthy, and because it's called to be rebellious. So when you look at the anti-vaping adverts that have come out of the States, etc., you know, don't be a jewel fool, etc., all you are doing is making it more sexy to teenagers, which is an argument that's been saying for a while. But there appears to be...
Can I just say something?
Mm-hmm.
The only time that you ever see kids vaping is an anti-vaping campaign for kids.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding.
It's true, though, isn't it?
It is.
All the antis over the last couple of years, all the adverts that they've been putting up is showing kids vaping.
Yeah. Or, as they were showing them, destroying jewels and running the risk of piercing the battery and causing a horrific accident. Now, Vaping 360 have already discussed this quite at length about the dangers of campaigns, yeah, especially the Juul one. And with the Juul campaign, we've got the destroying the Juul, so more risky behaviours, hammering live vape batteries, setting on fire with gasoline, yeah. According to the Truth Initiative, on a tweet they released on the January the 7th in 2020, almost half of 15 to 24-year-olds who vape say quitting is their New Year resolution, and many are showing how they're doing that on social media, especially TikTok, where they're ditching their jewels in unique ways. Well, Truth Initiative, I thought you were a bunch of morons before, but when you are using videos to show people destroying batteries in those sort of ways, yeah, you've reached an all-time low, mate. You really have.
It's like what I was just saying in chat here, Mick Beavy's on about Frankie Goes Forward being banned.
Yeah.
And that hypes things up. As soon as something gets banned, people want to know more about it.
You ain't kidding.
It actually defeats what they're actually trying to do.
Well, the Competitive Institute actually did an analysis on vaping rates before and after anti-vaping campaigns, yeah? And what they actually found was that prior to the anti-vaping campaign, youth vaping rates in the States were plummeting. But just as youth vaping was starting to evaporate like a gentle cloud of vapour, James has put this so nicely, I've got to read it word for word. Anti-smoking organisations launched a barrage of media, including leading to the Institute to conclude anti-vaping advocates blame e-cigarette companies for targeting youth with kid-friendly flavours and say more restrictions and bans would curtail youth vaping. They're wrong on both counts. It wasn't e-cigarette makers that made vaping appealing to teenagers, it was the anti-vaping advocates. So what I'm going to do now is I will pop the link in to James's blog, which is the Ashtray blog over at e-cigarette direct. Have a read. It's an absolute corker of an article.
Yeah, he's a good little writer, is James.
He's a fantastic writer. Right, so battery giant Samsung have followed up writing to a number of vape retailers by pleading with the AVA that it should spend time and money telling vapers not to buy or use Samsung products. This was absolutely crazy. In a letter addressed to the president, Greg Connolly, lawyers for Samsung wrote to him to say that they act on behalf of Samsung in defense of product liability lawsuits involving the unauthorized use of lithium-ion batteries in their vaping devices. Mooch has done comprehensive battery testing, yeah.
Mm.
And on the 18650-20S's, he wrote, great performing cell, until now the only 30 amp 18650s that were over 1500 milliamp. The Samsung 20S not only has increased capacity over the cells, but it performs much better. So on the 40T, it was an amazing performer, yeah. Samsung cells are no more dangerous than any other brand.
Of course they're not.
And pose the same risk when people fail to treat them with respect. So if you store them, charge them safely, don't carry them loose in your pocket with keys or change, you're going to be safe.
They're good batteries. I've always used Samsungs. I mean, the Samsung 25Rs were my staple for any regulated mod.
Yeah, Greg Connolly's response was brilliant. Unfortunately, I can't find it anywhere. Because I did read it and it had me chuckling like mad. But need to stop vaping being cool. Timmy for top vape model. Also get the pout nailed and can fix a mod betwixt my boobs.
Betwixt my boobs. Betwixt my boobs.
I've just had visions of Timmy doing the cheeky baby. Mooch is the battery. I must
He
admit,
certainly
he
is.
is, Steve. Absolutely brilliant. Now, following the PHE report, we talked about the proposed plans that mental health patients would be able to use vape devices in an inpatient setting. There has been some more discussion over that, and I've also noted there was a story out of Scotland. The Royal College of Physicians of Edinburgh has vocally supported the Scottish Government's plans to fine members of the public and NHS staff. The college wants vaping banned as part of the no smoking measures. Not content with that, the Conservative MSP also wants to see vaping banned from public spaces. The proposal lays down includes provisions to fine members of the public up to £1,000 if they smoke within 15 metres of an NHS entrance. In addition, any NHS staff who fail to enforce a no smoking policy could be fined up to £2,000.
Is that smoking or vaping?
Well, if they include it in the no smoking policy, that would include vaping.
That's crackers.
Tell me about it. Yeah, Gailey's just put the fight in Scotland is just beginning. It doesn't look good. As NHS staff myself, yeah, the amount of times I've had to ask somebody to put the cig out because they're smoking in front of the hospital, yeah, and I can guarantee you, I can count on one hand. I've done it probably 10, 15 times. I can only think of one response where I wasn't told where to go in short, sharp, jerky motions. So to fine the NHS staff £2,000 is ridiculous, because when you consider evidence will be gathered on CCTV, yeah? CCTV doesn't have audio. So if your back's to that camera and you're asking the member of public to put the fag out or the vape down, yeah? If they don't, which 9 times out of 10 they don't, you have no proof that you have attempted to uphold that policy.
Well, why are they making it the responsibility of them?
You tell me. For my money, it should be the bloody Scottish MSP that stood outside the hospitals.
Also, I mean, let's be right. The NHS is the NHS in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
So why is Scotland all of a sudden going anti-vaping?
Well, there are a number of trusts within England that still consider vaping under their no smoking policy.
I think it's about time the whole NHS blooming sang from one hymn sheet.
It would be nice. It would
Instead
make
of having trusts, one trust says this, one trust says that, and one trust says the other. I mean, let's face it, we are supposed to be the pillar of vaping because of the 95%. We all keep on shouting out the 95% thing, but when Scotland's doing that, it just means nothing, does it?
Well, the NHS is so fractured, but don't get me started on that one. But if you look at the way that the NHS was split into trusts, right, imagine the NHS as a terrace street, yeah?
Okay.
And originally it was all owned by the council, yeah? Then along came the trusts, yeah? That is as if people bought their council home, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So what you've got now is, instead of one whole street of terraced houses owned by the council, which you couldn't sell and was always going to be used for social purposes, yeah, you've now got lots of little individual units that can all be placed on Zoopla and can all be sold. And I honestly think the reason for the trusts many years ago was to prepare the NHS for privatisation. But, you know.
The thing is, I mean, let's face it, and we all know it, and sorry, I do apologise, Gail, but Scotland always seems to be the guinea pig for anything that comes out.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It always is Scotland.
Yeah.
No, Scotland normally gets it first.
Nah. It's worrying. It is worrying.
I mean, especially when the whole world kind of looks to us for how we see vaping as a good thing. But when you've got Scotland doing that, it's sort of like, come on, this is ridiculous.
Wales isn't far away.
Wales tried to do it 2 years ago.
Thank you for that mental image, Gailey. I'll tell you, that'd bloody terrify me. You can imagine it, can't you? Some English geezer walking up to Zan going, "Are you a Campbell?" And Zan just lifting the kilt going, "No, I'm a McDonald. Look, quarter pounder."
Oh, dear.
Oh, bless. All hospitals in Steve's area allow vaping but no smoking. No, that's fair enough. I was up in Killy September last year, my first grandson visit, heavily pregnant woman right outside door, smoking away. No smoking or vaping allowed from outside entrance, car park the lot. We find that all the time, Jackie. You can have as many no smoking signs as you want. If people are going to smoke, they're going to smoke. That was the advantage of the smoke pods. You know, the bus shelters. At least then you had an area where you didn't have to say, look, you can't do. The Romans got to Scotland and built a wall, then turned around and said, fuck that.
Yeah, that's true. He's not wrong, that.
They're all crazy. Oh, bless. Well, what do you expect when you've got a load of red-haired blokes covered in blue woad tattoos coming at you with bloody great swords?
No. Just in case everybody else is, my chat froze for a while, so I've had to do my chat.
No, mine seems to be okay. But no, it's what, in my opinion, what the NHS needs to do is actually follow the PHE recommendations on it. Present a clear and structured information to people, pregnant women, etc. Yeah. And I must admit, I believe the plan for the mental health inpatients is absolutely superb. People have always, I've seen comments in chat, I've seen comments, all over YouTube, that a lot of vapers seem to suffer from mental health issues. Well, there's a very good reason for that. If you look at the correlation between mental health issues and smoking, whereas I think it was 14% of the average population would smoke, it was up into the high 40% of those with mental health issues.
Mm.
Because you're looking for that release.
Yeah, of course they are. Yeah.
So it's no surprise that a lot of current vapors, do have mental health issues.
But it's we found a safer alternative to smoking, and it's like I keep on saying, we found a safer alternative. The government's not provided it. The health companies haven't provided it. We found it. We've sorted it, and you're still not bloody happy.
Exactly. There you go. People with mental health issues are more likely to self-medicate, and nicotine is the most popular choice. It is. Mental health inpatients were allowed to smoke in smoke rooms in the units. They were, mate. It was basically a glass room. You used to have in the high secure hospitals, because you couldn't have a naked flame. It was like a boxed car lighter. So you press the button and the filament passed electricity through it and it heated up. And then basically there was a massive extractor fan in the ceiling of the room.
At the end of the day, if you have a good extractor fan in any room.
Where's Mo when you need him?
Helicopter!
The only problem being that he'd have to stand facing the window. The old deer over the road would get a shock.
See, the thing is, I mean, the bit I just don't get is that they're going to find their own staff for not challenging someone.
Exactly.
I think that is so wrong.
It's not a nurse's job. It's not a doctor's job.
No.
It's not a porter's job. If you want somebody to start policing the car park, hire somebody for it. Don't expect a nurse to do it.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, blooming heck, they've got enough on the blooming plates.
Oh,
I mean, I've got a hell of a lot of respect for all nurses and doctors that we have in this country. And the underpaid bloody staff that they've got. Overworked, understaffed, they work bloody crazy hours. And then on top of it, they're going to get fined in case someone's having a fag.
Exactly.
I mean, let's face it, I could appreciate it if they were having a fag inside the hospital. Yeah, I can appreciate that bit. But if they stood outside, who they're bothering? I mean, come on, let's be right about it. You've kicked them outside in open air. And I've seen them. I've seen them at Worksop Hospital and I've seen them at Doncaster Hospital. They've got the blooming drips. They've walked all the way out to the main road, not in the actual hospital grounds, onto the main road to have a blooming cigarette.
Yeah, stood there in gym jams and dressing gowns.
I mean, come on. I mean, all right, we already know. I mean, it doesn't take you a genius to work this one out. Smoking a cigarette or even vaping isn't really ideal for you. The best option is not to smoke or have a vape at all, full stop. But people do. And I think it's about time we had a bit of tolerance.
Exactly. I agree with you there.
A bit of tolerance. Okay, yeah. People don't want to walk into the front of a hospital and get covered in cigarette smoke. I totally get that, totally. I understand it. If you're vaping right next to the door, I totally get it. You don't want it. But they surely should be able to have a little bit of tolerance where they could have a little shelter or something where people can go and have a cigarette. Or if they want to go and have a vape, they can have a vape. It's a bit of tolerance.
Much better idea. Much better idea. And if you are in an inpatient setting, the old smoke rooms, they worked. Big shout out to all the site nurses as well. Because those guys, don't get me wrong, medical nurses, A&E nurses, they are amazing. The site nurses are some of the most amazing people I've ever met, because not only are they dealing with what's going off in their lives, etc., people seem to forget this. Nurses are human too.
Of course they are.
And then they're coming to work and they are working with those that are in extreme distress, etc., and offering support. working with them, working through issues, it takes its toll. You know, it really does. So big hats off to the site nurses.
Oh yeah, I mean totally. I mean, but this thing that they're doing now, I mean, especially in Scotland, it's getting stupid.
Oh,
And they got in, and the nurses and doctors got enough on the plates.
you ain't kidding. What kills me is it's always the bloody politicians that are causing the problems.
I mean, blooming heck, right. We all know that we shouldn't be doing loads of stuff, that overeating, over drinking. We all know that we shouldn't be doing it, but we're human, for God's sake.
Well, after thing with the overeating, if you look at it, it's because we went Americanized. Everything became large port. Do you want to go large? You know, fast food, etc., etc. You look back to Britain, 50s, 60s, yeah? There wasn't this issue.
Yeah, but also, fast food, I mean, let's be right. If you go to places like Iceland and things like that, when you're on a budget, when you're a family that's on a mega budget, you've got to buy what you can afford. And it's normally the cheaper stuff that is the highest in the fat, the sugar, the salt.
Yeah.
If you want to, I mean, you can always tell. It's sort of like you buy a bag of chips compared to buy a packet of apples. The apples will cost you way more than the bag of chips will.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you buy a family pizza and you think, oh, this is a great family pizza. And then when you find out that this cheap version of the family pizza that is a lot cheaper than sort of like an expensive one has not got as good ingredients with it. But obviously, if you are budgeted and that's all you can afford, that's all you're going to have. So it's no wonder.
Exactly.
I mean, before I go any further, and I'm going to go on another little bit of a rant, and it was a good rant. I was watching a programme the other night about recycling.
Oh, yeah.
And it was quite interesting. There was 3 families and they went to different supermarkets and bought the same thing. Then they took all the things out of the packagings and then they said, right, in all this plastic that we've got, what's recyclable and what's not recyclable? So they all split it up to what they thought was recyclable and wasn't recyclable. And they were all wrong. All of it was non-recyclable. And I was talking to Jan and I was saying about this. I says, they're putting the onus on the customers for recycling. Yeah. Everyone keeps on saying, oh, you've got to reduce your plastic. We all must reduce our plastic. How can we reduce our plastic when you go to the shop and that's all they're going to give you is plastic?
100%.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's sort of like, how can you blame the consumer for a manufacturing problem? And they talk about recycling. When we were kids, we used to recycle as milk bottles. We used to recycle as pop bottles. Yep. We used to have fish and chips out of blooming old newspapers. We didn't have plastic cartons. We didn't have plastic forks. It would blooming a wooden fork. All recyclable. Yep. We used to have a rag and bone man that used to come around for old clothes and all that crap.
Yeah.
And now look how it is now. And they're on about us not recycling. It just really winds me up.
Now, I did spot in Morrison's, and I'm sure other supermarkets are doing it. You know when you buy the individual fruit...
Take care, Des.
Later, Des. When you buy the individual fruit and that, rather than using plastic bags now, they're using brown paper ones, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah, but the thing is with that one, though, it's dearer.
Well, yeah.
You work it out, honestly. You work it out. If you buy a loose pack of 4 oranges, or you buy a pack of 4 baked potatoes, it will be dearer if you have them in loose than if you went and bought 4 in a plastic bag. And the thing what gets me more than anything else, instead of sorting it out from source, no, it's the end person, the consumer, it's their fault.
Yeah.
And that really winds me up.
Well, I always remember back in the sort of late 70s, if you went to Co-op, there was always a stack of cardboard boxes at end of checkout. So you didn't put everything into bags. If you got the car or whatever, you went into the box.
It's 3 o'clock, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, she's a good one, isn't she? She's my love. Thank you, Mrs. SoulOhm.
Hiya, Jan.
Hi, Steve.
Bless.
My baby. Honestly, it just honestly, I was shouting. I couldn't believe it. I was actually shouting at the television.
It does bug me that we are the consumer. It always seems to be the end user that's getting the blame for stuff these days. Yeah. So,
Gail, there was on about reusable bags. You know, these bags for life. Well, to top it off, the programme did. Do you know how dirty your reusable bags are? So they were swabbing the inside of these reusable bags to show you how bad the bacteria is in your bag.
God's sakes.
And then he got into the other conversation. And I turned around to Jan. Well, me and Jan was both talking about it. And it was so like, it's no wonder why kids are so ill nowadays. Because when we grew up, we played in mud and we ate mud and ate worms and God knows what else and drank water out of blooming hose pipe and that lot. And we survived. We lived happily ever after kind of thing. But kids, they're always ill now because they've got no immune system whatsoever.
I think Gailey agrees with you. I'm not going to read that one out because it is Sunday afternoon. But
But the thing is, honestly, it just does my head in. It really does. We have turned in such a nanny, pussyfooting bunch of people. It's unreal.
You ain't kidding. I Christ, I still remember going to butchers and getting meat wrapped up in paper. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, are we turning into such a bunch of nannies? Oh, it's got bacteria on it. Yeah, it was supposed to have bacteria on it. That's how you blooming got your immune system.
Ah, proper cheese.
I mean, come on, let's be right. How many times did you hear about people being allergic to nuts when we were kids? Oh no, I can't eat that. Oh no, I'm allergic to that. I can't eat that. What?
Matt, don't get me started on that. I feel offended.
I feel offended. But it's true, isn't it, though? We have become such... Oh, God.
No, we, as a society, we appear to have degenerated to the point where we expect other people to sort things out. There's the big difference. Because back in the day, if you had a problem, yeah, as long as it weren't your council house or whatever, if you had a personal problem, you sorted it.
Of course you did.
If you had an argument with somebody in the boozer, 9 times out of 10, you went out to the car park, one of you got knocked down, and then you went back in and bought each other a pint. Yeah. I'm offended, you're offended, Matt. Where this idea that everybody should be shown... Right, I'm going to be careful here. I agree with compassion to a fellow man. Yeah? Everybody deserves a certain amount of respect. You are polite and kind to people, yeah? Rather than this I'm alright Jack, which seemed to appear with the yuppies in the 80s. But this snowflake business, yeah? If somebody has an opinion, they have an opinion. What I choose to do with that is me. Yeah? If I am offended by it, it is my problem. It is not their problem. It is not society's problem. It does not need talking about on GMTV. Yeah? Absolutely crazy. A lot of it comes from the fact there's no consequences for actions in the day and age. People get away with all sorts in our age. Would have got a slap.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
And do you know what I think it is now? It's me, myself, and I.
Oh yeah.
And just getting back to the coronavirus and shops being emptied of toilet paper and things like that. That is the me, myself, I attitude that the people have got now.
Oh, hell yeah. As soon as the BBC say there's going to be a bit of snow, what happens? The shelves empty.
Yeah.
Why? Christmas.
Christmas is terrible. I mean, let's face it. When we were kids, nothing was open on a Sunday besides corner shop, and that shut at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Nothing was open on a Wednesday afternoon here, where I'm
Half-day
from.
closing. Yeah.
Half-day closing. Christmas, they used to be shut. Everything used to be shut, the whole lot. But now, everything's 24/7. And they're still blooming running around like blooming idiots on Christmas. I'm just a crazy society we're living in now. Really is. Greed. That's all it's down to. Blooming greed.
You're not kidding. You're not kidding. And why? You know, Christmas used to be, it was a big thing. You know, the whole family got together. He were a great baker, wasn't he, Dad? But it was. But you didn't get it in September. The January sales were just that. They were January sales. They didn't
Well, I
start
mean,
in
let's face it.
November. Yeah.
And you've got to, I mean, Black Friday was an American thing. And it was literally after Thanksgiving, wasn't it? Black Friday has now come to the UK and has completely messed up the whole of shopping.
Yeah.
Completely. Because now you don't get your Boxing Day sales.
Nope.
Because they can't afford it. Because they have I mean, let's face it, they don't have a Black Friday. They have a Black Friday, a Cyber Monday, and basically they have a week of Black Friday. How the heck you have a week's worth of Black Friday, I'll never know.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely crazy. Well, it's 3 o'clock. I think we've done enough ranting and newsy stuff.
No, I've never been 6'5", but I did push me back uphill.
Get what Gailey's just said. The high street's nearly dead. You ain't kidding. Because it's all going to these out of town, either hypermarkets or to the
Internet.
retail centres.
No, or internet.
Yeah.
I mean, the high street now is dying. I mean, completely dying. But you can understand why it's dying. It costs you a blooming fortune to go and park anywhere.
Don't get me started on that one.
Well, I mean, let's face it. If I go to Retford, I have to pay to go to work.
Yeah.
Because the only place I can park is a paid car park. So I have to pay to go to work.
Yeah.
Blooming crackers.
But going back to the recycling, if the high street was as it used to be with the local grocers, the local butchers, all the rest of it, you didn't get all that plastic stuff. You know, fishmonger, they wrapped it in paper. Butcher, they wrapped it in paper. Grocer, brown paper bag. You know, the only place you get a brown paper bag now is Ann Summers.
But the best thing about it is, if they're wanting to go recycling, you can make a plastic out of hemp.
Yeah.
You can make plastic bags out of hemp. And it's biodegradable. And hemp can be grown very, very quickly and very fast. But there you go.
Tom Max just saying I used to enjoy getting my bread from a baker, meat from the butcher, etc. as it supports local economy and tasted a lot better. Damn well did. I mean, we're lucky in Retford, we've still got Bacon's. Fantastic butcher. And you can walk in, it's all separate. Yes, you pay a little extra, but what I find is you may pay a little extra, but you're wasting a lot less. How many times have you been to the supermarket and got, say, a pack of diced beef? Yeah? As you're going through it, I always do this, I don't know if anybody else does, but if there's sinew on it or whatever, I'll tend to cut that out. By the time I finish doing that, yeah, because it's a really nasty, cheapo bit of meat that they've chopped up, I probably got half of what I paid for. If I go to butcher's, and I get a couple of decent stewing steaks, yeah, there's very little connective tissue in it. There's very little fat on it, yeah, and I'm not wasting hardly anything out of it.
And Mick gets his mechs from a local shop and wraps them in a paper bag.
Good man.
Do you think, I know it sounds daft, you know these offers that they're always doing in supermarkets is a bad thing?
What, the 3 for a tenner?
You know, buy one, get one free and all that kind of stuff. Do you think do you think we're buying it because we're getting something free?
Yeah, but they actually... You're not getting it free. Yeah.
Well, we already know that bit.
9 times out of 10, when you buy one of these buy one get one frees, it's always worth seeing how much the individual price is. Because there's been any number of cases where it's there's not mechs in answer. Yes, there is. It causes a different type of steam that normally comes out of the ears. You know,
I'm agreeing with Mick there. I think it promotes waste. And do you know why? Because it's making you buy more than you actually really need.
Yeah, because you think you're getting a bargain.
Yeah.
And that feeds into the obesity argument as well. Yeah.
Then you're throwing food away.
The amount of stuff we actually throw away a week, I find terrifying. What really bugs me is the use by dates and all the rest of it.
Oh God, yeah.
Because absolutely.
Another thing that was on that program that I found was really interested in is half these symbols that you think, you know, like on plastic, you've got like you think it's a recycling logo.
Yeah,
it's not. It's got no. It means nothing.
Where is it? My dad's 84 years old, individually buys bananas as his bunch is dearer. We got him a t-shirt with a banana on it from Gailey. Now, that was an interesting one. I went into our local Asda. Not the one near you, the one in Redford. And I had a look at how much like the single bananas were compared to the pre-packaged bunch. It was actually dearer buying the pre-packaged than buying the individual. For the same way, I did a quick experiment because I'd watched something on telly and it was crazy.
I think you on about obesity side of things, I think it's scary because you don't know what's actually in the food that you're having. Because you've got like that traffic light label, you know, so like green's good, amber's red, it's high in everything. Even them don't make no sense.
No.
Because I mean, obviously, me being diabetic, I have to be careful. Now, being diabetic, you think, oh yeah, right, I'll have low sugar on everything. Yeah, you just got to be so careful.
You do that, and you
because they've got because they hide things like salt. You'll look at the salt level. Oh, the salt level is quite low, but then further down they've got sodium, and it's sort of like, well, sodium is salt, but people, because obviously you say salt, you don't think, oh, sodium is salt, and that's how they trick you, and I think it's all wrong.
Refined sugar, yeah. So you look at the sugars, and then you notice there's stuff like corn syrup in it. You know, there's when you're looking at products, processed products with fruits in, you've got to take the fructose into consideration as well.
Yeah. Honestly, shopping for me is a nightmare. Really is. My wife is so good. Bless her.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing. I mean, look at the producers. Yeah. How people can still afford to run farms, I don't know. Because the supermarkets are controlling the supply. If you don't get that supermarket contract, you're in deep stuff. Oh, God.
Oh dear. Alan says, this reminds me a bit of listening to my grandparents 40 years ago.
You know what?
Have we hit that age?
I'll tell you what, Alan. You're not wrong. And to be honest, I honestly think we are rapidly approaching the point where if there was a complete breakdown in the nannies, yeah, how the hell would people survive these days?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if all processed food stopped and everybody had to cook from scratch?
They wouldn't have a clue.
You know, I've already said to firstborn, I'm teaching him how to cook. And he's looking at me gone out. Yeah.
And I'll agree with Caleb up there. Our grandparents had it right in many ways.
They did. Make, do and mend. Unfortunately, we can't do that these days because the stuff that's actually being produced is not made so it can be fixed. It's made to be thrown.
I'll tell you a little story now. I was earwigging on a conversation with, there was about four or five 20-year-olds, 20-ish-year-olds, and I was earwigging. Shouldn't have been earwigging, I know, but I was earwigging. From what I understand, one of their grandparents had died. And when their mum and dad was clearing out the house, they found a load of money.
Yeah.
And one of the kids turned around and said, yeah, that's the problem with old uns, they had too much money.
Jesus Christ. It's called saving, son.
The problem with them, oh, they had too much money. Jesus, if they only knew.
Right, well, I suppose, come on, we've got to move on to the main topic.
We have got to move on our main topic.
There was so much
Nick, thank you.
in that list. It was ridiculous.
That, honestly, it has been absolutely fabulous. Well, put it this way. Look what you lot have ended. I've bought this this week. It's the 30th anniversary one with the limited stuff all on it. £7 from Amazon, if you was wondering. I've got it on original vinyl, but I thought I ain't got it on CD, so I'm listening to Guns N' Roses.
Can't fault you, dude. Cannot fault you.
Lethal.
Hi, Lethal.
So we've got to ask. We've got to get into that question, and I thought that question was absolutely brilliant from Stuart.
Now it's Steve.
Steve, was it? Sorry, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah. So the question was, Steve went back to the 50s, but there were so many iconic bands from the 50s up to sort of the end of the 90s. Can anybody sort of name a band they would think iconic that appeared after 2000? Now, my initial thought straight away was Linkin Park. Because they were so different. Now, their first album that attained international was 2000. But then I think I also said the White Stripes to you.
Yeah, definitely White Stripes.
Well, having a look, White Stripes actually formed in 97. So I'm actually struggling.
I am.
I mean, like I said, Arctic Monkeys.
See, I wouldn't class them as a rock band.
Muse. I'm sure Muse were earlier than 2000.
Yeah, they were 90s, weren't they, Muse?
Muse had a massive local following, didn't they? 1994.
I thought it was.
But I mean, Muse are fantastic. Chili Peppers?
Yeah, they were 90s.
Chili Peppers was 80s. Higher Ground was 89.
Yeah, that's a good one. Greta Van Fleet. But are they iconic? Not really.
I mean, Foo Fighters, but I think they were 90s.
Mm. Yeah.
Radiohead were definitely in 90s.
I was thinking of Slipknot and all. Stereophonics aren't a blooming rock band.
Well, no, but let's widen it because.
Well,
not everybody's
Stereophonics
into
are
rock.
more like your blooming Oasis band type band, aren't they? I wouldn't class them as a rock band.
Stereophonics were 1992 when they were formed. Panic at the Disco, I think they were mid-90s as well.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think the term iconic.
Well, you've got my Valentine, my Valentine.
My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Gail,
Oh, bless.
do not feel chastised.
No.
I think that Stereophonics I would class them as an iconic band because
I can't. Yeah, they are an iconic
Handbags
band.
and Glad Rags and all the rest of it. I know it was a cover, but you hear that song and you think Stereophonics. Behind Blue Eyes. Yes, it was covered. Yeah, but whenever I hear that song, I think of the Who. That's my definition of an iconic band. They've got at least a few tracks that you immediately think of that
And I
band.
still prefer what's they called? Oh, what were they called? Their version. Did Chocolate Starfish?
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit. I still prefer their version of that. Evanescence, yes, good band.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about 2000, aren't they? Must be.
Now Killers, they are 2000.
Yeah, Killers.
2001 they were formed, and yes, I would class the Killers as an iconic band. But it really is difficult. No, I am. Limp Bizkit.
Nightwish, yeah. Nightwish is another good one.
Personally, Tetley, I wouldn't call them iconic. But that's my opinion.
Braces.
Hey up, pal.
Snow Patrol.
That's who I was trying to think of earlier. Snow Patrol. They could be in that.
Prodigy, blooming it. When did they come out? Early.
Prodigy was.
No.
Well, they started off with acid.
Yeah.
With rave. So they'd have been early 90s.
Yeah. Pasty says, what about the Wombles?
Oh, Jesus. Snow Patrol were 1994.
Faith No More, blooming it, they're an 80s band.
Skunk and Nancy was definitely 80s. She went to Teesside Poly. 1989, The Prodigy.
Yeah.
I like the Wombles.
I like the Wombles. Not wrong with Wombles.
Uncle Bulgaria. Dodgy. No, what
Orinoco.
What surprised me, I mean, apart from that track from Sinner, You Banished Privateers, how they ever got away with making that song, I will never know. It's on the group, rowing with one hand, and it is the most blatant bit of music about onanism that I have ever heard. When you read the lyrics to it, it's obscene. But it's very funny.
I like Past even more. Even the Wombles were into recycling.
Disturbed? Yeah.
Yeah, Disturbed. We mentioned that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to May because C6 Steve's new album's out.
Ooh.
Yeah, how about Korn? Yeah, but are they in they're 90s?
I thought Korn went 90s.
Yeah, I'm sure they're 90s. Green Day, definitely 90s.
Oh, 100% 90s.
Five Finger Death Punch, 2005.
If you're into the metal scene, yes, iconic. If you're not, I wouldn't consider them iconic.
Kaiser Chiefs, were they 90s?
Good question.
Blink 182, they're definitely 90s.
No, 2003. Formed in 2000. They released one studio album in 2003 before renaming and establishing themselves as the Kaiser Chiefs. So
Didn't
yeah,
mind a bit of Kaiser Chiefs, to be honest with you.
they were a big band, but you don't hear much about them anymore, do you? Linkin Park was 2000s. Yeah. So it's difficult. The other thing is, we're getting like we're back to the conversation. We're sounding like a grandparents.
We do.
Because
Do you know what I think? The reason why music has changed so much from when we were really heavily into music. I mean, the plethora of videos that's come up, definitely from us as teenagers. I think what's happened with music now, it's split off into that many little genres. And you listen to standard BBC radios, or you listen to local radios, they seem to all be playing very similar playlists. Which is that very in between what I call bubblegum pop and dance. A little bit of R&B thrown in with it, and that's about it. That's all you're ever going to hear. Unless you're going to listen to Radio 1 at silly o'clock in the morning, and you might hear some interesting new bands.
My daughter, bless her, I know I talked about her the other week. We were talking about music, and she's heavily into rock. Heavily. System of Down, Metallica, Anthrax, Ozzy Osbourne, Motorhead. She loves Motorhead. Skid Row. I've been playing her some hair metal. She really likes Cinderella. She thinks Stevie Vai's amazing. Yeah. And then her mum turned around and said, well, what about the music I listen to? And she went, what? All that cheesy pop? Nah. At which point I'm on the floor, absolutely wetting myself. It was just such a lovely way she went, cheesy pop.
Nickelback did have some good tracks.
I'll tell you what, I went to see Nickelback live at Sheffield. That was a bloody good live show.
Make Beaver behave.
I think that's definitely got its foot back in the 1920s.
Yeah, definitely. 1920s, you're not blooming kidding. I think
Thank you, Matt.
I think I ought to revise that. Get some more tracks done.
If I look at my daughter's MP3 player, it looks like my car collection. It's absolutely brilliant.
Well, in the moment on my CD, I've got a stick in car. I've got on it at the present moment two Bon Jovi albums. I've got New Jersey and Slipper When Wet. I've got the Choir Boys 7 O'Clock album.
Yeah, Hey You.
Hey You. I've got Thunder, Backstreet Symphony.
Yeah.
I've now got Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. I've got Skid Row.
Yeah.
I've got Vane, Who's Watching You.
Good album. Good album.
I've got Tiger Tail's Berserk. I've got Poison, Look What the Cat Dragged In. Just on my little MP3 at the present moment.
On mine, Giant, Last of the Runaways, Damn Yankees, Vane. Vane. Yeah. Got Dogs D'Amore and the Dynamite Jet Saloon, Errol Flynn, Graveyard of Empty Bottles, and Straight.
Oh, and I've got Black Crowes, Shake Your Money Shaker.
Moneymaker. Oh, I love that album.
They're touring.
I know, 75 quid a ticket. Sod that. I've got Metallica, Ride the Lightning, Black Album. Wild Arts, Earth versus the Wild Arts, TV Tan EP, Wild Arts Must Be Destroyed, Choir Boys are in there, although for some reason they started calling them the London Choir Boys. Best of the Doors.
They originally were called the London Choir Boys.
Oh, right. Got the Best of the Doors, purely for Crystal Ship. I love
the Doors.
Oh,
I've just noticed what Mick Beaver's just put. I mean, Metallica and Pink Floyd. Oh, don't get me started on Pink Floyd. I love Pink Floyd.
Me too. No, I mean, I think Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous, there's an album I've not heard for a while.
Do you know that was one band that I just didn't like? I couldn't get on with Thin Lizzy.
Choir Boys were originally called the Queer Boys. I can well believe it.
Yeah.
Well, 7 O'Clock was written about the Mayfair up in Newcastle. Yeah, the big night out. But, and interestingly, for those that don't know, Ginger out of the Wild Hearts used to be a member of the Choir Boys but got kicked out.
Oh, Irish, why? Because I couldn't get on with Thin Lizzy. At least I'm honest.
Don't worry, Irish, I make up for it with my love of the Pogues.
Oh, I love the Pogues.
Them and Flogging Molly. Oh, I love Flogging Molly as well. But, yes, what surprised me was the amount of power ballady stuff on the list in the group. I was really taken aback by that.
And you definitely can't beat a bit of Led Zeppelin.
Flogging Molly. Why is he get? Why? I'm trying to work out whether Irish is agreeing with me that Flogging Molly are good, or he's showing absolute disdain at me saying Flogging Molly. Phil Lynott died in the hospital. I'm sure you had nothing to do with it, mate.
Well, obviously, Mick's making his mind up.
Excellent. Thank God for that. I'm safe. I don't have to worry about Irish coming to get me. Rather listen to Bucks Figs and the Pogues. There are some absolutely brilliant tracks from the Pogues. The Sickbed of Macklin and Dirty Old Town. Yeah. You can sing a good power ballad when driving.
Of course you can.
I mean, what's really... I mean, we got one Prince.
I was driving home from work with Every Rose Has Its Thorn at the top of my voice. Driving home from work, it was ace.
Well, Nazareth, Love Hurts. I mean, that was one that was on the list. What else did we have? Iron Maiden, Women in Uniform. Very early Iron Maiden.
That's really early Iron Maiden, that.
Whole Lot of Rosie. Absolute cracker. Long Way to the Top. One of the few rock songs with bagpipes in it.
Brother in Arms, that is a corking track, that. Dire Straits.
That's a great album. I still don't think that gets enough recognition. Rage Against the Machine, we only got the one from them, and that was from Voca. I whacked up Bad Seamstress Blues, and I was surprised at how many people actually put a thumbs up on that, because it's not a well-known Cinderella track. There was a lot of Mission, which surprised me.
Oh, you can't beat the Mission. Then didn't they originally in America? They're the UK Mission, aren't they?
Yeah, Wayne Hussey was the original guitarist for the Sisters. Him and Andy Eldridge had a massive falling out. Liberator, when I put Spear of Destiny up, I'm surprised at the reaction that got. But like Stevie Porter said, I love Spear of Destiny and Theatre of Hate, but Kurt Brandon couldn't sing worth a toss. You ain't kidding.
I was going to put some early stuff at Stooges on, or MC5.
Oh, damn. I so had to restrain myself from putting Blitzkrieg Bop up. The Ramones. I love the Ramones.
I was more of a Clash fan.
We got a bit of Def Leppard.
Oh, it can't be. I mean, Hysteria. I still love the Hysteria album.
True. Bill put up Sinead O'Connor. That is a classic song. I know it's a cover. It was originally by Prince, but oh, what a song!
Do you know which one I prefer of hers? Was it Mankind?
Yeah.
I thought that were a corking track, that.
We had a bit of Cult up there, which I thought was... I'd never heard...
Oh, me and Irish are friends again. Awesome.
I've never heard of Perfect Circle.
Mm.
So I enjoyed listening to that one. Now Annette put up the Ramones, Pet Sematary. Cracking tune. Absolutely corking.
Clutch is awesome.
Well, yeah.
And the Cranberries. Yeah, I love Cranberries.
Oh, the Cranberries, they are my go-to.
Yeah.
They really, everything they've done is superb.
Mm. I love the first 2 albums. Absolutely love them to pieces. They just remind me of Whitby.
What everybody else is doing it as
Why can't we?
And No Need to Argue.
Mm. Just reminds me of Whitby, because when me and Jan was together, we were going to Whitby a lot, and we just had them 2 albums on cassette, because that's all you had in the car them days was cassette, and we just played them to death. Absolutely played them to death then.
Now, the one that really blew me away was one of Bobo's picks.
I'm interested about this Joe Strummer story.
Ooh. Bo put up Talking Heads, Psycho Killer. Now there's a song you can sing along to. Now saying that, I did put the Clash up, Bank Robber. That's one of my favourite Clash tracks. But I think it's because I was quite heavily into ska.
See, I didn't mind a bit of ska.
I love the boss tones. I think they're brilliant. Madonna took me by surprise.
Which one of Madonna?
Like a Prayer. Annette put that one up. I wasn't expecting to see anything by Madonna in the list. Hell of a lot of AC/DC, Highway to Hell, Thunderstruck.
Do you know, there's something about AC/DC. They just, even though they got as famous as they did, they were still grounded.
Connected. Now, there's 2 in chat that I've got to mention. Jay Jerry. Cartoons, Witch Doctor. Why? However, I must admit, it's one of those songs that you can't help but sort of tap your feet to. Now, Bill put up a couple by Tori Amos.
I like Tori Amos.
I obviously still knew who Tori Amos was, but I'd sort of relegated some of the tunes to the back of my head. Listening to Cornflake Girl just brought back the 90s. And then Professional Widow. I mean, that was one that my brother was forever playing in the pub. Cyndi Lauper, that was another one from Annette, as well as Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark.
True Colours, I love that track.
What a track. Now, Bill put up Heart.
Yeah.
A lot of Pat Benatar. Gailey's Choice, Mark Cohen, Walking in Memphis. Great track. You know, and this is what I was hoping for. To see a mixture of stuff, because I know we all like a bit of rock, but Jack and Diane, another one from Gail. That is a classic track. That's another singing.
Well, Irish, if you're serious about that one, I'm in love with you, because I'm a mega big Depeche Mode fan.
Oh God, yeah. Now Bill put up Independent Love Song. I could have kissed Bill for that. That is to me, Scarlet are one of the most underrated bands of the 90s. They were brilliant. Absolutely superb. I couldn't resist putting up some Dark Country.
Oh, yeah. Do you know that's... you've just reminded me. Big Country. Can you remember them?
Oh, God, do I? They were awesome.
Yeah, they were a cracking band then.
Got Open Arms, Journey. That was from Gav. Boston, More Than a Feeling. Another one I love. Gav, again, with Kickstart My Heart.
Irish, I've literally got everything. When I say everything, I've got everything on Depeche Mode.
Now, Steve's. Black Country Vapors, Steve. Judas Priest, Ram It Down. I'd forgotten that is such a good track.
I'm going to do something for Irish. See if I can find it there.
Now,
That'll do.
let me just catch up with the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Yeah, I love them. I think they're absolutely brilliant. Cramps, yeah. Now, we didn't get any cramps, but
Can I just say something?
Go on.
Mick, this is for you, kidder. Go check this lad out. He does remixes of Depeche Mode, and he is absolutely amazing. He does some awesome remixes. Just thought I'd let you know.
Machine Gun Kelly, Just for Jenny. Foreigner, Jukebox Hero, that's a good track. Timmy says, me and my brother must be a sight at traffic lights. We were singing along to Thomas Benjamin Wilde Esquire, Can't Drink Cider Anymore. Black Label Society. Deftones or Clutch? Deftones. Cracking band.
Prefer Clutch.
Hot House Flowers. God.
Yeah. Blooming Hot House Flowers.
Don't Go. Nothing Ever Happens as well. We did Delamitri.
Delamitri. Blooming
I
hell.
do like singing along to a bit of Delamitri. Dr. Feel Good. Milk and Alcohol. Bob Marley, another good choice. Europe, final countdown.
Sorry, Irish. Did I say Mick? I do apologise.
Winter Change. Yeah, I'd go with that. Song of a Generation. Level 42. You know, I haven't heard any Level 42 in ages. Yeah, Running in the Family. Yeah.
That album was awesome. I remember buying that because I didn't buy the start. I bought the Platinum Edition.
Yeah.
With all the 12 inches on the B side. It were awesome.
Net Reality, Preacher Man is one of my most played tracks, mate. I love Fields of Nephilim.
Nephilim are ace. Not as good as Sisters.
I prefer the Sisters.
I prefer Sisters.
Nephilim's got his place. What we're talking about, what's the question? We are discussing music, Ingvar. So what we did was we asked people to put tracks up on the Tales from the Ohm Facebook group, and I'm just going through it. And it's amazing how similar some of the tastes are for those that posted. But the ones that are standing out are the little ones that are off key. So there's a lot of hair metal in there. There's a lot of 80s rock. But then there's the odd golden nugget that just takes you right back, like Jack and Diane, yeah.
UB40, 1 in 10.
Oh. I do like the earlier UB40s.
Yeah, early UB40, definitely.
Nephilim supporting Doctor and the Medics.
Doctor the Medics.
Spirit in the Sky. Again. Oh. Saying British heavy metal was dead in 1990, then Judas Priest put out a painkiller and it outsold everything in America. Gailey, I am a huge Eagles fan. Desperado is one of my all-time favourite tracks.
Song from the Big Chair. Blooming Tears for Fears.
That was a bloody good album.
It was a good album, that.
But that's the other thing. You were saying about how music's gone. You don't get really good albums anymore. You seem to get much better singles. But when was the last time you bought a new album and thought, wow, it's the whole thing? I mean, yes, there were some bum albums in the 80s and 90s, but there were also some real amazing albums that you actually ended up enjoying the other tracks more than the single releases.
The last album, the last new release album was, for me, was last year with Clutch.
Fair point.
Oh, tell a lie. No, yeah, Clutch. And I've also bought Greta Van Fleet.
I think Killer's Battleborn was the last one I bought.
Fine Young Cannibals. I couldn't get on with him.
Oh, I love them.
I couldn't get on with him. Jordan.
The Roar and the Cooked. Love it. No Skunk or no. Not Skunk or no.
Cannibal Corpse.
Lynyrd Skynyrd.
You can't beat Bill Leonard.
Cannibal Corpse. Bloody hellfire. See, that's quite a niche Cannibal Corpse, isn't it? It's not exactly mainstream. Prodigy. I still play Prodigy now, even though my clubbing days are well over.
Yeah, Nightwish. Do like a bit of Nightwish.
Lisbeth, I Could Kiss You.
Yes, Gary Newman's
Quiet
last
Life
two
by
albums were
Japan.
really good as well, yeah.
I've not heard Gary Newman in ages.
He's
Not
still
heard-
doing well. He
I know
really
he's still
is.
doing stuff. Matt Lads, Beer, Sex, Chips and Gravy. That's a must listen.
Sweaty Betty.
Exactly. The other one's Ivor Biggin. I do like a bit of Ivor Biggin. I have to be very careful where I'm playing at that, but Judge Dredd, Big Ten, another classic. New Nightwish album out in April. Interesting. Cult.
I used to love the Cult.
My two favourites are Love Album and Electric. They sort of reinvented themselves because they were the Sudden Death Cult. Then they became the Cult. Then they went to Electric, and it seemed to take on more of a rock edge. But,
I do like that. Oh, which one's the one? Oh, it's going to bug me now. It's a woman's name. Oh, not Vera.
what are we talking about? You've lost me.
Cult song.
Yeah.
It was a woman's name.
Gordon Bennett.
I've got Vera in my head, and it's not Vera. Oh.
Eddie. Yeah, Eddie.
No.
Edie.
Edie. Yeah, that's it. Edie or something like. Yeah, it's something like that.
The one for me, Painted on My Heart. They used it in Gone in 60 Seconds. Now, that was originally an Aerosmith track. Steven Tyler wrote that. But when the Cult did it, oh my God, every hair on my body stood up. In fact...
Oh, Fatal Land was probably their best album anyway. For Prodigy.
I would argue that point, but...
I didn't mind the Charlie Says, though.
If you've not heard the Cult singing Painted on My Heart, I've just dropped the link into chat. Treat yourself. If you have a loved one, snuggle up to them and whisper sweet nothings in their ear and listen to this track. Because, oh my God. Smack my bitch up. That was one hell of an album. Yeah,
It were a good video and all.
Halloween. How could I have forgotten Halloween? I Want Out. Dr. Sting. Eagle Fly Free. What else you got? Jesus. Keeper of the Seven Keys Parts 1 and 2. What albums. Absolutely brilliant. Tori Amos' mother and father-in-law used to live down Woods Terrace. Oh, wow. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. I do like a bit of Meatloaf.
Yeah, I can't beat a bit of Meatloaf.
Every now and again, I do like a bit of Meatloaf. But that, I think...
See, I have a problem with Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell.
Go on.
When I was living in Worksop, I lived in a bedsit, and the girl that was downstairs from me, that's all she played. And it's so like, after a while, it kind of grates on you. It's so like, I can't listen to this anymore. And it's been, I would say it's been nearly 20 years since I've had to, and Jam bought the album again on CD. Back 10 years ago, something like that. And you know something, I do enjoy, I do like the album.
Net Reality's just said Killing Joke 80s. I would go with Holiday in Cambodia over 80s, but I do like that track. Holiday
Dead
in Cambodia.
Kennedys.
Oh, yeah.
Another one that I used to love, Echo and the Bunnymen.
Oh, two, right. Which one? Cutter?
Seven Seas. I love Seven Seas. And on the B-side, they did a version of All You Need Is Love.
What? Oh, Gailey. Oh,
the Waterboys, yeah.
I love the Waterboys. A Bang on the Ear is one of my favourite tracks. And they also did a musical rendition. I think it's an Irish poem. Come away, human child, to the water and the wild, for the world's more full of grieving. But they set it to music. And it was absolutely just blew me away first time I heard it. I mean, Waterboys, most people remember them for Fisherman's Blues. Great track. Not the best they've done. Not the best they've done. What else we got? Dear God. Led Zepp, Battle of Evermore. My daughter at the minute is pestering me for the Immigrant Song. She wants that on her MP3 player. She just loves it. You know, when Robert Plant starts wailing. She's absolutely... Rush.
Bit of Rush.
Rush, Dream Theater, yeah. Adam and the Ants. Zodiac Mind Warp and the Backseat Love Reaction. Fucking yes!
I used to like Adam and Ants.
That's it, Irish. Thank you, mate. Stolen Child by Yeats. To hear the Waterboys put that, it was just amazing. Absolutely stunning. Adam and the Ants. Dog Eat Dog, so that was a music album. Yeah.
That was 80, wasn't it? 80, yeah. 81, somewhere around there.
Kings of the Wild Frontier. Yeah.
Would have been 80.
Yeah.
That's 1980. It's got to be 1980, that, surely.
Must have been, because I was still at primary school. Queen.
Oh, we've got to include Queen.
They're a given.
I
must admit, I prefer the earlier stuff. Yeah, Day at the Races.
Night at the Opera.
Yeah.
I love them two albums. Absolutely love them to bits.
38 Special or Molly Hatchet. I haven't heard 38 Special in years. Cocteau Twins. Another corking choice from Lisbeth.
Well, I wasn't bad then, Bill. 1980. Said 80, 81.
All these songs are before. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
they
before.
Are all before 2000. But I think that's a lot to do with our age as well. You know, hell of a lot to do with our age. New Model Army. I did put No Rest for the Wicked up on the stream. I do.
4 o'clock in the morning.
That's the one.
And still we cannot sleep.
I still think their best album was The Ghost of Cain. Absolute corker. The Cure, one of the first albums I bought was Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah. The Forest. I love The Forest.
Yeah.
That bass line is so cool.
Charlotte Sometimes as well. There's a haunting track.
And Hot, Hot, Hot. I love that one. Susie and the Banshees.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. Wheels on Fire. I loved her version of that.
Oh, yeah. I just love Susie and
Now. Ooh.
And I'll give you another girly band. Can you remember, what's her name? Oh, Wendy James.
Transvision Van. Oh, God, do I. Oh, I don't care whether she could sing or not. Oh, nurse, the screens.
We used to call her Wendy Get Your Knickers Down, James.
Oh, God, you ain't kidding.
Oh, she was something else.
Right, for anybody, I know Mark's heard this because I think I played this for him. There is a band called the Snake Oil Willie Band. And they do a track called I Don't Look Good Naked Anymore. Which is it's one of the funniest and most real songs I have ever heard. Because when you reach that certain age, it's brilliant. So I'll put the link in as well. I would really recommend you have a look. Stevie Nicks.
Yes.
How could we miss Stevie Nicks?
And Blondie.
I never really got into Blondie.
Oh, I did. Well, I would have liked to have.
Never really got into Blondie.
I used to have a picture on me wall.
Pasties put up the Pretenders. Again, some cracking tunes.
L7, definitely.
Oh, God, shit list.
Yeah, I
What
love
a
them.
track.
L7
Do love
were
L7.
amazing.
Bob Seger, Night Moose, another good album. Yeah.
And Kate Bush, can't forget that.
Oh, don't.
I love Kate Bush. Jan's a mega, mega fan of Kate Bush.
When my first wife died, This Woman's Work was one of the tracks.
Jeeps.
It was never off in the house. God almighty.
And do you know something? I still play that now, and it always leaves a rather large lump in my throat.
Does it? Oh.
Oh, it's just... It's not just the lyrics, it's the way that she sings it as well. It's so like... Oh, that is... Just gets you there. It just gets you there.
The other one, and I did put this one up on the field as well, was Sarah McLachlan's In the Arms of the Angels. Oh, guaranteed not a dry eye in the house if I'm playing that. But Joy Division, yeah.
Mike Oldfield, I'm a big Mike Oldfield fan.
Peter Gabriel as well. I do love Peter Gabriel. Games Without Frontiers, Don't Give Up.
His So album, just that one album, that So album. Black Rain, I love Black Rain.
I'm a big fan of Salisbury Hill. I do love that. Yeah. Bill, carry on, son.
Carry on, kiddo. Don't ever stop.
Oh, bless. Gailey's just put, oh my God, just started bubbling. Love that song. Oh, so did I, and I'm thinking about it. Aerosmith. God, I love Aerosmith. Everything from like...
My favourite album, still Pump.
Permanent Vacation. Love Permanent Vacation, especially What It Takes. Oh, Matt. Oh, bless you. Yeah, it's one of those. Marillion.
Oh.
No, Marillion with Fish. God, yeah. And Fish. I'm trying to think what his first album was called. Vigil in a Wilderness of Mirrors. There are tracks on that can reduce me to a bubbling wreck. Gentleman's Excuse Me. It's just... It's like Kate Bush. It's a lovely song, but it's the way he delivers it.
Yeah.
And it's about Leo Sayer. Calm yourself, Gailey.
I'm on a serious note. Leo Sayer live is really good.
Really?
Yeah, he is really good. And on playing mouth organ, he's fantastic on it.
Oh, awesome. Animals, House of the Rising Sun. Now there's a cracking track.
Of course it is.
That's still badass these days. So Marillion with Fish, which one was your favourite album?
I've got to admit mine's
choice.
Clutching at Straws. It's probably the most popular one, but I just love Clutching at Straws.
Mine, Script.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love Script. Fugazi as well. Certain tracks on Fugazi. But the final track on Script, Forgotten Sons. What a track.
My brain's gone dead. I can't think of a name. Will You?
Oh,
with the
Hazel
sax.
O'Connor.
Yeah.
God.
That saxophone, lead sax, is absolutely good. And I'm not a saxophone fan, to be honest with you, but
that's Breaking Glass, isn't it?
What?
That was the film. Because Hazel O'Connor starred in Breaking Glass.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Will You and 7 Days, I think it is. Both came from that.
Do you know something? George Michael, quite an interesting guy. Couldn't stand him in Wham. Hated Wham. It just wound me up. But he has got such a pair of lungs on him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kissing a Fool off that track, off that album. Oh boy, I still listen to that. Lords of Acid, Trippy Show. Alan Price is my mate's brother-in-law. Impressive. Tears in Heaven. Yeah,
You don't.
There's a story behind that one. We won't go into.
No,
I'll get lambasted.
no, definitely not.
Scripting Grendel. I love Grendel. Still one of my favourite tracks. But Market Square Hero, just for the bounce and the energy in it is. But I mean, when you looked at Misplaced Childhood, that's another cracking album with Merlin. You know, a lot of people said they were just a Genesis ripoff.
No, they weren't.
No, I would, you know. Well, the other one is, it's Talk, but the.
I never got on with the. I did like Talk.
I loved the. Ian Dury and the Blockheads.
Yeah, I can't beat a bit of Ian Dury.
Texas. Oh,
yeah, Texas were good.
Blonde on Blonde, brilliant. I love Texas. Well, son, we're going to have to wrap it because it's 4 o'clock.
Blooming heck, that went quick. 1 second.
Well, while Mark sneezes, at least he didn't cough. We don't have to shoot him now. Can I just say to everybody that posted a track up on the Facebook group, thank you so much.
It's been ace.
I have so enjoyed
Thank you.
everything. You know, and for us as casters, it's like a little window. 4 non-blondes, yes. The other one's Bow Wow Wow. I love Bow Wow Wow. It's like a little window into the people that watch the show. Because you can't help it. You form an image of people when you sort of listen to them in chat. Can we do it again next week?
Thank you.
We will do this again, I promise. But I think we'll do the run-up as well before.
Yeah, definitely. We've got to do the run-up.
Because the run-up just makes it so much more interesting. We're on later, but don't expect to leave it out, mate.
Make behave.
Absolutely brilliant. If you get a chance, do catch Mick later. It is a cracking little show. That.
Yeah, definitely. Mick, if you've got your link, slap it in chat.
Please do.
Yeah, get your link in chat, kiddo.
Off to binge YouTube. If you get a chance, Gailey, check out the Snake Oil Willie Band. I Don't Look Good Naked Anymore, because it's a cracking tune. When forming an image of me, if you put me in a green top hat with a ginger beard, I will hunt you down. No, Irish, I always think of you as a six-pack, an incredibly large penis, and a becoming smile. And if that doesn't get you to say Jenny to say yes, nothing will. Alan, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Oh, it's been awesome.
It's been such a great show and such a chill out. It's been awesome. We will do this again, I promise, but we will do the run-up week beforehand.
Yeah, definitely. This has been just awesome. It's just been a giggle.
Even Gailey's just put wow to that description. Irish, I expect money for that. Not as much as you think, mate. Not as much as you think.
Definitely not. Right. Are we going to say ta?
We are. Thank you to everybody that's joined us. Thank you to the Spanners for keeping an eye on things. Sorry I didn't keep up with chat, but there's just been so much.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Lisbeth, I want you to marry me. A quick reminder, we're not on next weekend.
No, I'm working, sorry.
And like I said, I've got stuff to deal with. We will be on Thursday, so join us with myself, Mark,
and Chris
and
Baby.
Lethal. And thank you once again. Mark.
Steve. What an awesome show. It's been ace. Guys,
been
in chat,
brilliant.
you are awesome. Absolutely awesome. The only thing that's been missing is that we're not all sat around a big bar table with a couple of pints. I think that's the only thing that was missing.
And somebody feeding the jukebox.
Oh, yeah, definitely feeding the jukebox. We definitely need to sort that jukebox.
Oh, God, yeah. Unfortunately, because of YouTube restrictions, we can't play the music. I wish we could.
Oh, God, that would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Even if we could just do sort of like little snippets and that. We'll have to do something. There must be a way doing it. Yeah, do it on Twitch.
Yeah, or Zoom, whichever. But...
Right, guys. From me and Steve, thank you so much. Like Steve said, we won't be here next week because obviously I'm working, but we'll be on Thursday as normal. So, thank you. Thank you so much for a nice show.
Oh, thank you. It really has been a pleasure this week.
So, you going to wave?
Yeah. Bye! Big old music system.
Sounds like a plan.